Hello, my name is Aliu Christian, and today I'll be sharing with you 5 things you need to put into consideration before buying a land, before buying your first land, especially as a first-time property investor and you're looking into buying land or buying lands. One of the things you need to put into consideration is your purpose, your intended purpose for that land, what you want to do with the land. There are people who buy lands hoping that they can do a commercial activity on that land or do an industrial activity on that land or rather build a facility for their private use. What I mean is to build a house or a home, to build their home, their private residence there. What should influence your decision in buying a particular land should be what you want to do on that land. You want to use it for a residential purpose, a commercial purpose, an industrial purpose, or you want to use it for agriculture. This should be one of the things you put into consideration before buying the land. Number two is your budget. You have to define your budget. For me, it is actually not wise, having defined your purpose of buying a land, to not have a clear-cut mark on how much you are willing to lay off for getting that particular land. Actually, there is no amount too much to be able to buy a land. You just have to understand what you have at the time and understand what you are willing to let go to buy that land, especially when you intend to buy a property or a land in a major city like Abuja, Lagos, or major cities within every state in Nigeria. One of the major things you need to put into consideration before setting out is to define your budget. Defining your budget should be based on relevant data. It is expected that you do your research, understand how much land goes for in every major city that you intend to get a land. For example, it is inappropriate to say that you want a land of 1 million naira in the city of Maitama. It is actually not proper and it is out of place. Rather, having done your research, you should be able to understand the average cost of a 400 square meter land in a particular location. This will help you understand where to channel your energy to. Number three, what you should be considering also is the location of that land. It is not enough to be emotional about land acquisition. You have to be very careful not to buy land in a wrong location. Somebody may be asking, is there such a thing as a wrong location? This statement is relative to what you intend to do with that land, like we said earlier. Yes, you could be buying a land in a location that is not suitable for what you want to do. Buying a bush or buying a land in a bush doesn't make the land or the location wrong. Location has been proven to be one of the major lifeline of real estate investment. There are a lot of people who buy lands without really considering this factor. It is as important as the property you want to buy, especially when you intend to buy a property for a specific purpose. If you're buying a land for residential function, or you're buying the land for commercial function, or you're buying the land for industrial function, these purposes should influence the location you are buying that land. And beside the fact that the location has a direct relationship with what you want to do on that land, you should also understand that location tells on the value or the prospect of that land when you're looking at a futuristic, from a futuristic perspective or from a futuristic standpoint. Number four, land ownership or title documents. You actually have no business buying a land with an unverified document or without, first of all, ascertaining the authenticity of the claims of ownership. And one of the ways to do this is by verifying documents. And this is where you usually require the service of a real estate professional. For example, a lawyer who would help you not just look into the history of ownership, but also look at the existing documents and carefully read and observe all of the clauses that are involved in the sales contract. Some of the documents that you may be considering or seeing or coming across as you intend to buy a land or as you buy lands is a C of O, a gazettes, governor's consent, you have a survey plan, and then you also have things, documents like deeds of assignment, very important. And these things have to be put into consideration because document actually validates every land transaction. Put that at the back of your mind. Number five is security. Before you buy any land, it is important that you do your due diligence because locations that have a history of insecurity or that have a history of crime rate, high crime rate, tends to bring about or lead tends to bring about unrest in such neighborhoods. So I don't think you have any business buying lands in neighborhoods that have a history or a track record of unrest or that have a track record of high crime rates. Be careful where you buy your land because location impacts upon security and security has a relationship with location. So while I have mentioned location earlier, it's also important that you streamline your choice of location looking at the factor of what? Security.